Today we're going to the land of Eldrazi to play with a new commander. This is Kozilek, the Great Distortion. This colorless deck is amazing and it's all thanks to the great artifact support we received from the recent retro artifacts. Kozilek is a 10 mana, yes 10 mana, 12/12 that has, when we cast Kozilek, draw cards until we have 7 cards in hand. It also has menace, but most importantly, we can discard spells from our hand to counter spells of equal mana value to what we discarded. This ability is great and can help us take over a game pretty easily with a 12/12 menace creature on the board. Let's check the deck. Section 1. Our best cards. Mystic Forge allows us to cast spells from the top of our deck. Unwinding Clock to untap all of our artifacts during our opponent's upkeep. Forsaken Monument to double up our mana and give +2/+2 to our creatures. And Paradox Engine, don't need to say anything about this broken card bannable power level. Section 2. The rocks. We need to get to 10 mana and we need to get there fast. So we run a higher number of mana rocks than usual. Mightstone and Weakstone is a very nice addition to this mix, and it can also draw us cards or work as a removal spell. Flexibility here is key. Section 3. The creatures. The best creatures we can get in colorless, a bunch of creatures that help us ramp even more or reduce the cost of our spells, new disruptive creatures such as Thought-Knot Seer, and very powerful new additions to the top end of our curve in Wormcoil Engine and Cityscape Leveler. We obviously run Ulamog, and we can also play Metalwork Colossus for free most of the time. Section 4. Even more value. In this section we have a little bit of everything. Graveyard Hate, life gain, card draw, protection for our creatures, fun artifacts like Chaos Wand to play our opponent's spells, Godpharaoh Statue to tax our opponents, and Portal to Phyrexia that can help us win the game out of nowhere. Section 5. Removal. One of the main weaknesses for being colorless is that we don't have enough efficient removal. We need to run cards like Silver Bolt, Transmogrifying Wand, Introduction to Annihilation. It is what it is, not a big deal, just a weak spot. Section 6. Planeswalkers. We run Karn Living Legacy to make more Power Stones, Karn Scion of Urza as a card advantage engine that can also put constructs into play, and Ugin the Ineffable that greatly reduces the cost of our spells. Can make blockers, remove permanents, just very well rounded. So that's the deck, that's the deal. Now let's go to the games! What's up everyone, welcome back one more time. You know the deal, we play Historic Brawl. And today we are going colorless, baby. Colorless with Kozilek, the Great Distortion. We go first and we are playing versus Joyra, Weatherlight Captain. So, a lot of artifacts going around this game. Gonna keep this hand looking really good because we have card draw, we have acceleration of our mana in our treasure map, and then we also have one of our best removals, quote-unquote removal spells in the Transmogrifying one, so we might be ready when Joyra hits the battlefield, which you need always a removal spell versus Joyra in hand. And given that we don't have so many removal spells, I'm going to assume that this is a very good hand for our deck in this specific situation. Looking to get to 10 mana, and then Kozileking. Wow, that's a great draw. Alright, so I'm feeling much better about this. Question is, what do we run? And I think that we prepare ourselves with a Transmogrifying Wand. So if they play Joyra here, then we deal with her. Forsaken Monument going to double up the production of our mana, can be key to cheat Kozilek into play, basically. Opponent decides to go for the Oracle of the Alpha. Okay, so maybe we should kill the Oracle of the Alpha. We have 3 bullets with the Transmogrifying Wand. So I want to hold up 2 mana up, 1 for treasure map, 1 for wand, but 1 also works only as a sorcery. So if we want to do it, we do it right now. And I'm killing the Oracle here because I believe that the Scry one is really good for them. And not too worried about the Ornithopter right now. Because if they play Joyra here, then we can kill her next turn with a wand. Oracle of the Alpha, scrying 1 each turn, without possibility of actually removing it with our deck, other than using Transmogrifying Wand, can really make them find the required action to close the game. But we will try to play Forsaken Monument, and hopefully they don't pass with their mana up. I would like to resolve it. Chaos Wand also to troll with our opponents. Let's see if we can also use that eventually. Alright, Scrap Troller. So we now activate... Well, now that we see the Scrap Troller, I'm guessing Unlicensed Hearse is a necessary evil for us. Because what we don't want to see them is recurse spells from their graveyard. Alright, so this is the window for Forsaken Monument to resolve. And the game is basically decided here, if they don't have interaction for the monument, then we are in amazing shape. We are letting them untap and do whatever they want here. But the upside is when we get to do our thing, we will be having more resources to spend and basically access to our commander. And Kozilek refills our hand entirely, and just if we are lucky enough, we get as many spells as we require to not let them play magic again. The opponent plays an Immortal Sun. Alright, so no Planeswalkers activations. There's a land, so wow, we really are going to untap with the Forsaken Monument, huh? And how many lands? 6? Cool, so we have 12 mana. Could even draw from the Bank Buster, but we have to play the Unlicensed Hearse, because Kozilek can make us draw cards equal to the difference with 7. So if we empty our hand, then we are drawing 6 cards. And these we are going to need basically to deal with graveyard shenanigans. And then we can play here Kozilek. Gain 2. Draw 6, which is really good. Wow, that's bad running. Whoa, no. Well, this shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have happened. We drew 5 lands and 1 spell. So, well, that's variance for you. I don't know. I don't know now. Because if they have a removal spell here... Wow, that's really bad running. Okay, here's Joyra. Yeah, we took that line and we don't have a 4 mana spell to counter. Well, that's... At least this is something that we can do. They're going to draw a card, but what we can do is we can counter the Mishra's Babel, because essentially we have 5 cards with 0 mana value. So we can choose to counter Mishra's Bubble. Discarding a Plains. Well, there you have it. Kozilek doing Kozilek things. Unfortunately, our draw 6 was so bad. And opponent is drawing from their commander. We should have hit some spells, some 4 mana spells to deal with Joyra, and with a little bit of more normal luck, we should be in control of the game. And we were going to untap with a serious board state, and now we are not losing, but we should be winning this game with the things that we have accomplished. Well, tough luck. Opponents drawing so many cards. I think that they have outdrawn us. Joy is so good. Okay, so what we can do before the turn ends is we can eat both of these. And nothing else we can do. So we untap the Plains. We have Plains because basically wastes have a bug in Arena. Like you cannot use wastes in Historic Brawl decks, which is a shame. They should fix that. Alright, so we tap here mana. We are going to try to draw meaningful spells. Our deck is not helping. Well, that's a 4 mana spell. So now I think that we can kill Joyra and have a 4 mana spell to counter Joyra on her way down. So I have to do this as a sorcery. Give them another 3/5. Then we have 1 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana in hand. And I don't know if I want to play any of these. Maybe the Chaos Wand is good. Maybe Chaos Wand, we are actually supposed to play it. And hope that these 2 spells in hand help us mitigate some of their plays. Could also activate Treasure Map here. Stonecoil Serpent. Yikes. Okay, to the bottom. And we pass with a Chaos Wand activation, and also Chaos Wand activation plus 2 spells that we can discard to Kozilek. So let's get a little bit lucky here. Hope that they go for Joyra, that we can counter using Kozilek's activated ability, and then maybe we hit something good with Chaos Wand. We just need 4 mana. We have access to 6 mana right now. Yeah, we were not lucky. Just so many lands we drew. The deck runs 40 lands. I think 40 is a sweet spot for decks like these that require a lot of mana. But even with 40 lands, you shouldn't be hitting so many lands. Opponent taking their time, thinking. They go for a 3-drop. I'm wondering if I should activate Chaos Wand in response. Maybe I hit a counter spell from the top of the deck, because I don't have a way to interact with these. So let's use it. Oh, don't they have... Wow, Seagate Restoration. Whoa, that's a seriously good... We're going to draw 7 more cards. Oh my god. Alright, and now we see some 3 mana value spells. So we can counter these on the stack. Discarding, yeah, Crystalline Giant. Wow, that was lucky. This is where we want to be. We want to have a series of spells with different mana value and just counter everything they do. 4 mana, and then how much mana for Joyra? 1, 2, 3. They could play Joyra, but then they cannot do anything else. So I guess we also use our 4 mana spell to counter this. Yeah, baby! This is what we wanted to do with Kozilek. Yes! 5? Oh, we do have a 5 mana. This is such a nice sub game. We do have a 5 mana spell in hand, so we discard, we see your 5-drop, we match you with a 5-drop of our own. These are all 1-for-1s, people. These are all 1-for-1s. But we have the 14/14 Menace and the Forsaken Monument. Wow, that Chaos Wand into Seagate Restoration was... That undoes our extreme unluck from the Kozilek's draws. So, cannot complain, really. Cannot complain. Alright, can we do something else here? No. No, we can't. There we go. So we go to our turn. Milestone and Weakstone of our own. But now we start this other sub-game in which you said, should I play my spells? Or should I keep them in my hand to interact with them? Who is ahead? And I'm thinking that what we could really do is we could tax their spells with Godfair Statue. That is super efficient versus their small artifacts. So that might be as much as I want to do. We could also play the Cityscape Leveler, blow up Immortal Sun, you know? Get the treasures from Treasure Map. Blowing up Immortal Sun is the last thing that we want to do here to be in control of the game. Because that Immortal Sun is what they can use to get out of the situation. Pumps the team, reduces the cost of their spells, gives them extra card draws. So basically swings the game in our favor. And we have a Cityscape Leveler online, so if we get to attack with him next turn, then that's more removal. And we can even start attacking. 14-14 menace. Putting the pressure on them, trying to close the game. We are the aggro, baby. Wow, how a simple Chaos Wand activation swing the game in our favor. That was so cool. And we pass, and we have 1 mana, 3 mana, 5 mana covered. So opponent, you can only play even mana spells. It's so fun to play with this deck. Well, that's something they could do. Alright, opponent, you have an extra turn. They found the Time Walk from the Oracle of the Alpha. And here comes down Joyra. So opponent will untap with their commander. But they are paying extra mana for every spell they play. So unless they get rid of God's Fair Statue, I'm feeling really, really well. We are in command of this game. Eventually they will try to cast a 1 mana, 3 mana or 5 mana spell. Well, not like these. So opponent now knows that we either A, don't have a 2 mana spell, or we are choosing not to use it. But they might feel confident about playing their 2 mana spells. There you go, another 2 mana spell. That makes sense. So that it's really fun to play with this deck, because it's a whole different level of Magic. So the key card here was Forsaken Monument on turn 5, and then the Chaos Wand activation. Those were the difference makers. And don't get me wrong, Transmogrifying Wand, getting rid of the first Joyra, while also being able to deal with the Oracle of the Alpha, was actually amazing too. Cityscape level, I mean the whole colorless and artifact decks, Time Twister, got a real nice boost from the Brothers War retro artifacts. So I'm wondering if I'm supposed to resolve this. They don't have any more spells to play. They don't have untap lands. And I think there is a better set of 7 cards that we can use. So let's eat these 2. And I guess this favors us. This really favors us. So we exchange 3 cards that we care about for possibility of 7 good spells. Yeah, I'm all for it. Well, I don't know if that's better, but it's not worse. And now we try to close the game. We can draw using the treasures. We are doing very well with mana, so I don't care about spending. An opponent scoops it up. Wow, what a performance! Wow, Kozilek, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to play with Kozilek the Great Distortion, facing another newcomer in the Sliver Hive Lord. This is Slivers, but this is not the first Sliver. This is Sliver Hive Lord, so they give indestructible to all their Slivers. So we know we are playing versus Slivers. This is not 5 color value. Alright, we ship that. Opponent goes first. This hand is much, much better. Metalwork Colossus, we can even play it for free. For free in this deck. And let's hope that we can ramp into Kozilek fast. Obviously, finding Forsaken Monument would be amazing. That card is one of the best in our deck. And as we say it, one of the other best cards in the deck appears, Paradox Engine. Paradox Engine is super bannable in this format, because it's not a fun card to play against. It's a great card to play with, but when you're facing a Paradox Engine on the other side of the board is another level of being miserable. I'm going to run it, and don't get me wrong, every time I complain about a card, there's a comment like, say, well, why are you playing with them? Well, if they are legal, I'm going to play with it, because as much fun as we like to have, and we play very janky decks, we also want to win and try to win the game. This is 1v1, so I'm going to run these cards. Let's check it. Is the music okay? I want to start using the music from the video game. Okay, I'm going to run the Paradox Engines and the strong cards, but I can also think that they are bannable too and say it. Alright, so what do we want to do for 4 mana? Mystic Forge is good, but not great here. Could try to ramp Skyclave Relic and then play also Steel Overseer. I think mana-wise this is the better play. Mystic Forge, I'm not looking at playing a lot of things from the top of our deck. I'm just trying to accelerate our mana. Then there's also the upside of Steel Overseer into Hangar Backwalker, put the counters, maybe play Paradox Engine on top of the things, do that a couple of times, and then we have a board. But here comes Hive Lord, so Indestructible Slivers. We miss our land drop. That's unfortunate. So our best upside play is to Paradox Engine. That can be the card that can undo this situation where we have missed a land. Mystic Forge does not allow us to play lands from the top of our deck, and being pinch on mana is not great with Mystic Forge. Could also reveal and make sure that we hit our land drops, but you know what, at this point the thing that is going to help us win the game is the broken card, and the broken card here is Paradox Engine. So if we can find any other mana rock, then we could start a never-ending loop and win the game. Let's see. Alright, opponent plays his slivers. We're going to take 6. And before going to our turn, we can activate Steel Overseer. Alright, so we are going to untap with a Paradox Engine and many ways to make a lot of mana. So, could activate Overseer. Let me see. What I want to activate. How do we want to do this? Mystic Forge. Well, I should have tapped Overseer. Okay, so there's a land. So we now, yeah, let's tap everything. Steel Overseer, make mana with these. Can also put that land down with the Mystic Forge. There's another land. So, wow, Mystic Forge plus Paradox Engine is kind of busted, isn't it? Alright, let's play another artifact. Untap everything. Wow. So this is going to be very busted. And I'm sorry we have to go into this loop, but now you can see how busted this card can be. Check this out. Put another counter. Tap everything, make 2 mana, pay 1 to put a 1/1 hanger back, and tap everything. Seriously, this is broken. Alright, remove that. Tap our mana, tap Overseer, play Mindstone from the top of our deck. Wow, there's an automaton. We're going off. Mindstone is another mana rock, so now we can make 3 mana every cycle. Tap everything, grow the team, and tap everything. And there's another mana rock, seriously. This is disgusting. Tap, 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 tap. Play these. So now we are netting even more mana. And tap everything. Tap everything. I wouldn't complain if you abandon the video right now, because this is disgusting. But you have to see it. You have to see why Paradox Engine should be banned. Remove these. Play Shadow Spear. And tap everything. Grow the Dork. Tap our mana. Activate Mystic Forge. We can also draw this land from Mindstone. Not that we really need that. play... Well, let's tap here, grow the team, play a plains, tap an artifact to draw the Ugin. Let's tap whatever, Paradox Engine. Draw, we can discard the Metalwork Colossus that we can get to our hand anytime if we want. So, no, not Ugin. Ugin discounts our spells so much. So, play the Cold Steel Heart. Wow. There you go. On white. Tap for mana. Tap for mana. Tap for mana. Grow the team. Play a Sky Sovereign. Let's play Ugin first. This makes more sense. And tap everything. Seriously? Wow. Alright, tap. 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 Grow the team. And opponent scoops. I'm sorry, this was disgusting. This was disgusting. Seriously, this is the reason why Paradox Engine has to be banned. And I'm going to end the video with this. So ladies and gentlemen, we get to the end of the video. This has been Kozilek. Just 2 games, but 2 games that demonstrate that Kozilek and Colorless are very, very powerful right now thanks to retro artifacts. Please ban Paradox Engine. That card is insane. It's not fun for anyone other than the player that's playing Solitaire, which was me in that game, so at least we can all see that. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to one of the best historic brawl channels in the world. We will see each other on our next video.